Hello again everybody, today I'm back and today I'm here again, I can't believe another month has gone, with my book haul for the month of April. So this month was my birthday and there's been quite a lot of nice exciting new books come out, so I've got a really good selection to show you for today. Without further ado then, I'm just going to get straight down into it, and the first book, which is one of the books I'm more excited about than anything in such a long time, it's called The Girl of Ink and Stars. So up until about 2 weeks ago I'd never heard of this book, but basically it's getting quite a big push behind the release. It's a kind of early teen or middle grade, in American terminology, fiction book, and it's very much pitched as kind of a similar kind of style to things like Northern Lights and those kind of slightly fantastical but really quite relatable fantasy books. I've always loved this. Things like the Gothic books were things that I absolutely adored when I was younger, and this, straight away, from hearing about it and looking at the cover itself is amazing. All the page edges have got these really cool markings and things along them, and it's just one of the most beautiful books I've seen in a long time, and I'm so excited about it. I read it already, literally I bought it and read it in about 2 days, so I'll talk about that more in the future, but it's just one that straight away, as soon as I saw it, I knew I was going to love, and I just had to read. The next two books are kind of linked then. They're both fiction titles. So the first one is one that I read years ago now, and it is one of my favourite books ever, which might come as a surprise given what people know about me. It's Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. So I'm really not a classics person. Every year I tell myself, I'm going to read more classics this year, I'm going to do it, I'm going to knock them all off my list, and then never do it. But this is definitely one of my favourite books ever. I studied it at GCSE, and normally that puts people off, but for me, for whatever reason, I really enjoyed it. I think the characters are so well done, the relationships are so well built, it's so well written, it's really moody, and my copy of this is actually a bit battered, and I actually don't even know where it is anymore. But there's these new editions which I'm starting to collect. I've got 4 or 5 of them now, and they are gorgeous. And it's one of the anniversaries. I think it's 200 years since Charlotte Bronte was born or something this year. So it's kind of been in the forefront of my mind, and I'm so excited to read that one again. On a similar kind of gothic, dark theme, there's another book that's come out recently which has got a lot of really good publicity. It's won a few awards, and because I enjoyed Wuthering Heights and because I like that kind of gothic style, I thought I'd give it a go. It's The Lonely by Andrew Michael Hurley. So I don't actually know much about this. It's set on the north-eastern coast of England, and it's about a particular place that this family and these siblings go on regular occasions, and this one time they go and it all kind of unfolds from there. So there's not much else known about it other than that it won the Costa First Book Award. It's got a ton of really good coverage. It's really gothic and murky and dark, and very much in the vein of the Brontes and a lot of that kind of Victorian literature, and I'm really excited to give that a read as well. It's a beautiful cover, it comes in white as well, and either way it's just such an interesting one that gripped me from the start, and I can't wait to read it. The third fiction book I've got this month is another one that I am so excited about. I've been waiting for this book to come out for a very long time, and I'm so glad it's nearly here. It's The City of Mirrors by Justin Cronin. So actually this isn't released till June, but perks of the job, an advance copy came into work about 2 months ago, and this is one of my favourite series ever. The Passage by Justin Cronin, the first one, is one of the books that I always talk about. People ask what my favourite book is. The Passage just really did everything right. It was kind of scary, and then it made vampires actually terrifying again, which after Twilight took some doing. And it got really good characters, it's got a really epic scope, it kind of combines the best of horror and fantasy, and that's perfect for me. One of my favourite books I've ever read. The second one, I didn't enjoy as much, but I've still been dying for the third one. I've been waiting for it for years now, and I cannot wait to finally get around to reading this. If anyone likes things like The Walking Dead, or anyone likes anything about kind of human psychology in the face of catastrophe, or enjoys being terrified by a book, definitely read The Passage. And then, same as ever, the last couple of things I've bought are non-fiction books. So firstly is a book called Europe In or Out. So anyone that's in the UK will know that there's going to be a referendum in the next month or so, no, a couple of months away yet, about whether England and the UK should stay within Europe or should choose to leave. And it's a subject that's getting a lot of coverage for the past 5-6 years. It's been talked about a lot, and it's something that I feel reasonably clued up on, but I know there's definitely gaps in my knowledge. So before these big debates start happening, before all these big decisions are made, I've just got this to kind of scrub up a little bit. From what I've read, it's one of the most impartial books. It's not arguing yes or no, it's not arguing for in or out, it's just setting out all the information, all the points and all the things you might be concerned about and leaving you to make your own judgment, and that's exactly what I need. So a good bit of political reading with some actual real world links in the next few months. Now the last book is really interesting because I spent 6-7 months being bored senseless of this book and just not wanting to look at it. It's called The Last Act of Love by Kathy Retzenbrink. So she used to be a bookseller and she writes for a trade magazine here in the UK. And basically this has been pitched to me as good if you like things like Being Mortal and Do No Harm, which are exactly my kind of books. They're those kind of things dealing with questions of mortality and how we approach the end of life and illness. So this is the memoir of a girl whose brother developed a terminal illness and how they approached that and the impact it's had on her life. So most of the things I've read have either been from a physician's perspective or from the perspective of the person that is going through the terminal illness. So having this slightly different standpoint should actually be quite interesting. And after having had those other amazing books mentioned in the same sentence as this, I'm so excited to read it. It's exactly up my street. I don't know why I put it off for so long, and I cannot wait to get round to it. So there you have it. That's my book haul for the month of April. Again, it's actually quite sensible. I've still got so many books to catch up on. My TBR for this month's been awful. I've missed out so many things, and I've just got so much stuff on my shelf already to read, so I'm really excited to have bought smaller out and really just nailed them this month. That being said, if you have any suggestions about things to buy, please let me know down below. A lot of the recommendations you guys have made have been really good, and I'm always after more. Other than that, if you've enjoyed, a like and a subscribe, etc. is all really appreciated. It does mean a lot to me. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with my next video.